You train on perfect mats under bright lights with unlimited space. That training fails the moment you step on wet pavement or into a dark room. Here is what you need to fix. You build your footwork and stances on smooth, predictable flooring. That creates a dependency on consistent traction and even ground. In reality, you face concrete, grass, gravel, ice, or wet pavement. Each surface changes your balance, grip, and movement patterns. To adapt, you must train on varied surfaces. Start by practicing basic footwork drills on grass, then gravel, then wet concrete. Modify your stance width and weight distribution to match the surface. On slippery ground, shorten your stance and lower your center of gravity. On uneven terrain, keep your weight centered and lift your feet higher. This builds surface intelligence, automatic adjustment without conscious thought. Your techniques stay effective because your foundation adapts. You calibrate your targeting, timing, and defensive reactions to ideal lighting. Real fights happen in darkness, bright sun, or shifting shadows. Poor lighting degrades your visual processing and reaction times. To fix this, train under variable lighting. Dim the lights during sparring sessions. Practice defensive drills in low light. Use shadow work to develop kinesthetic awareness, knowing where your body is without relying on sight. Adjust your targeting to focus on gross motor targets like the torso and head, not fine motor points. Learn to read an opponent's weight shifts and breathing for cues. Your eyes adapt, but you cannot depend on them. Build competence across lighting conditions so your performance stays consistent. You train with unlimited room to move, retreat, and maneuver. Real environments have walls, furniture, crowds, and vehicles that limit your movement. These obstacles change the dynamics of engagement. To adapt, practice in confined spaces. Use a hallway or a room with furniture. Drill lateral movement and pivots that keep you inside a small area. Learn to use walls as backstops to control distance. Press an opponent against a wall to limit their movement. Train to escape corners and doorways. Recognize that obstacles can become weapons or shields. Develop spatial awareness by scanning your environment during drills. This turns limitations into tactical advantages. Your body performs differently in extreme heat, cold, or humidity. Cold reduces grip strength and fine motor control. Heat accelerates fatigue and impairs decision-making. Humidity affects your footing and breathing. To prepare, train in varied conditions. Practice grip-intensive drills with cold hands. Use ice packs before training. Condition in a heated room to simulate heat stress. Adjust your techniques. In cold, use gross motor strikes like elbows and knees. In heat, pace your breathing and conserve energy. Understand that climate affects your opponent too. Use temperature to your advantage. Force them to exert more in heat or expose them to cold. Climate adaptation keeps you effective regardless of conditions. Techniques that work on mats fail on concrete. Throws that are safe in the dojo become dangerous on hard surfaces. Ground fighting on padded floors is impractical on rough terrain. To address this, test your techniques on different surfaces. Practice throws on grass and gravel. You will learn to control the fall and avoid injury. Adapt ground fighting to hard surfaces. Focus on getting back to your feet quickly rather than grappling. Modify takedowns to minimize impact on yourself and the opponent. Train transitions from standing to ground on uneven ground. This builds adaptive techniques that work in any environment. Your skill set becomes environment independent. You must develop constant reading of your surroundings during engagement. This is not mystical awareness, it is trained observation. Start by scanning your environment between drills. Note the location of walls, obstacles, and exits. During sparring, practice maintaining peripheral awareness of the space. Use a training partner to create obstacles, furniture, bags, or cones, and move around them. Train to identify tactical features. A wall to trap an opponent, a chair to create distance, a door for escape. This spatial utilization becomes automatic with repetition. Your environment becomes an ally, not a limitation. Your training must progress from controlled environments to variable conditions. Start with basic skill development (BSD) to build mechanical precision. Once your techniques are unconscious competence, Introduce environmental variables through intermediate skill development IST. Train on different surfaces, under various lighting, in confined spaces, and across climate extremes. This systematic adaptation ensures your skills transfer to real-world scenarios. You stop being a dojo fighter and become a real-world combatant. The environment no longer controls you. You control the environment. Train on wet pavement, drill in dim light, use walls as tools. Your environment is not an excuse, it is your training ground. Adapt and own it.